One of the biggest issues most people have with typewriters, especially old ones when we find it, is the sticking key. And that is usually caused by dirt and grime in a few different places, which I'll go over with you and the way we clean them. Now, first, I like to use a brush, probably a newer toothbrush, and believe it or not, this one is newer, and denatured alcohol that I keep in a spray bottle. I generally use small amounts, but depending on how dirty the machine is, depends on the amount of alcohol I'll use. I'll start with just a small amount on the brush, and I'll take the key out, and I like to get the undersides, especially the bottom of the keys and where it meets up in the little slot there. I'll also scrub the inside of the slot as well as I can, and where it comes out. Now it's important I use the denatured alcohol because it's going to dry up, as opposed to WD-40, which this space in here should never be used with WD-40, as that's going to collect dust, and eventually you're going to wind up with sticking keys all over again. It's better to get the alcohol to kind of get some of the grime off of there and break it down, dissolve some of the junk that's in there. Now in this particular model there's a couple other places where the keys meet which seem pretty clean, but we're going to go over them anyways. Just anywhere where any of these type bars and keys can meet up with other moving parts that cause friction is really going to need to be cleaned up. So it's good to flip it on the bottom side. If you have something that the bottom is removable, it's always good to take the bottom off of it to get to the cleaning. And I'm going to do the same again with a little spray of denatured alcohol and just kind of get in there and really work at all the moving parts here. Make sure they're cleaned out of old ink and just any kind of grime that is built up over the years, so we can get a nice fresh start on it. And another place that I find a lot of buildup, and oftentimes can be one of the biggest problems here, besides the front and top of course, is this little plate right here where all the keys come down to rest. Which actually this one doesn't look too bad, a little bit dusty, needs a wiping off, but sometimes you have an older machine that's really built up some grime or rust. These can really be inhibited in here and really need a deep cleaning so the keys will move up and down properly. Now, one last final reason a key might stick, and it's not really going to be the case in this one. This you'd notice if your key gets stuck in there. This could be caused by two reasons. A, your key might be bent too far to one side and just put too much pressure on there. And another reason is sometimes there's ink buildup right around the sides of the keys here, and those should always be cleaned thoroughly when you're going around typing the typeface. Anyways, just kind of get all over in there and remove any old ink that might try to gunk it up in there. What was this little spot here? I'll give a wipe. Now, I've cleaned right where it rests here and the bottom sides, a little plate here, and as you can see, back in action. Now, if your keys seem to be sticking for another reason besides the cleaning, which if it's dirtier, it might just need another cleaning. And sometimes on some of these machines I'll go over them 3 or 4 times until I'm sure that everything is clean, because even after a deep cleaning you can let it settle for a day or two, come back to it, and you'll find there's still a little bit of dirt settled in there. But there are several other reasons which I'll cover in later videos why your key might be sticking or maybe not returning properly, which looks like we got this I key back working again, and this is working, except for the ink ribbon. That's next.